Get out of there, buddy.
I put you down. I love you same way that I love you when no one's around. I pull in your driveway just to show you that I ain't no lame. I still got the key to the garage, you see, and the damn thing changed. Pull up round 3.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the industry's most wanted podcast. I ain't gonna make you sing it for me like I did K Major.
Yeah, I can't sing. I'm gonna leave that to him.
Nah, for real, man. You already know we live, man. I appreciate you coming. We got BuggyBeats checking in tonight.
Thank y'all for having me.
Give me some love. Boom. No, you gotta hold it there. We gotta transfer some energy. You feel that?
I got you.
You feel that?
I feel it.
Bam. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's like praying over the situation. We're gonna have a great conversation.
No, for sure. Let's get it.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is BuggyBeats from Cartersville, Georgia. 24 years old, producer. I'm here.
He's here. Listen, he ready for that 10-year reunion. We just had that whole conversation.
Yeah.
He coming for y'all.
Nah,
He still got
sure.
a few more years.
Still got a few more years, but we're here.
Let's take it back, though. You know, we were talking a little bit before we started, and, you know, before you left high school, you were like, look, I'm going to come back in 10 years and show you guys something.
Yeah.
But let's go back before that. I'm talking to your childhood. What was your passion before music, if anything?
Basketball.
Basketball. You
That
was
was
a
my
hooper?
first word ever. You can ask my mom. That's my first word ever. Ball.
Was there a hooper in the house?
Me.
Just you?
My cousin Blake, rest in peace, Blake. He taught me everything I know.
Got you. Understood, man. So talk to us about, you know, growing up in your area. What was it like?
It was pretty smooth. Like, my cousin he kept me away from all the bad things that was going on. So, like, I didn't know a lot that was going on, like, in the streets and stuff of where Cartersville is.
Right.
So I didn't know about that. I was really hooping. They kept me out of trouble. I was a good kid. So
That's good, though. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward a little bit. How did music become a passion for you?
I always been playing the drums in church.
Okay.
I started playing the drums at 3 years old.
So you don't sing in the choir or nothing like that?
I used to, but I didn't like singing, so I went to the drums.
Okay.
So.
Understood. Most definitely. So about what age was that?
What, the drums?
Yeah.
Like playing the drums in church? I probably started around like 10 years old.
Okay. Oh, you started young.
Super young.
That's dope. So it's safe to say that led you into your passion for actually producing then?
Definitely.
All right. So let's talk about that. When did that come into play? And did you have anybody around you, like other producers or anything that influenced you?
I had a couple of friends, my boy Mike and Los.
Okay.
But Mike, we were like closer to or the same age, so he was making beats in high school, but I used to always think it was cool, but I never really did it. But he had a lot of beats, him and his brother. So I seen them doing it, but I never really paid it attention until after high school. That's when I started.
I got you. Okay. Let's take it back to when you first started making beats. Do you remember the first artist that rapped on one of your beats or sang on one of your beats?
Yes, I do. My boy, it was two people. My boy Sauceboy Cam, shout out Sauceboy Cam, and my boy Johnny Bay, shout out Johnny Bay.
So tell us about that record.
It was really, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, it's pretty cool. At the time, I was really just excited to hear.
Yeah,
like,
somebody actually do.
You know, because I was new to it, so I didn't know what I was doing at all. But I knew, Cam, he really wasn't a rapper at the time.
Yeah.
But Johnny Bay was, so he was really the first one to do it.
Got you.
So once he started doing it, people started paying attention, and then it just kept going from there.
What would you say was the song that really started bringing some attention to you as a producer that you produced?
I don't think I had that moment yet.
No?
Because,
shoot, you got a big record that's circulating out there right
it's
now.
circulating. See, my journey so far has been kind of weird and crazy because I've been in a lot of rooms before people even know who I am.
Yeah.
And I've worked with a lot of people already, and independently and major artists already. So it's like it's scattered. And I came from the internet. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm scattered all over. So I had some big moments. Like I had a platinum record overseas.
Okay.
In Poland. It was kind of crazy how it happened.
Oh,
It
that's dope.
happened so fast, but I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. So it was pretty cool. I still got fans over there. They love me over there. They hit me in the DMs every day.
So let me ask you this. When you got a platinum record, did you already have all your business together at that time? Or was that a learning curve? Like, oh, dang, I got to get my business?
I'm learning backwards as a producer. Like, I was doing a lot. I threw myself out there and just started just trying to figure it. I didn't have no resources.
Understood.
So it was like I just used the internet, and I was doing good, like as far as doing what I was doing, but I did not have my business in order, and I can honestly say that. But thankfully, I got it, Everybody goes through that. You got to learn. So
no, you're absolutely right. I've been in this business for about 50 years and I'm still learning.
I'm definitely still learning every day. It's been, now it's even crazier. So,
you know, the thing about this, and the thing is we have to continue to study the business because it's changing a lot.
exactly.
You know, I mean, shoot, when I first got in this business, like Instagram and all that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? So we was really out there in the streets putting flyers out and hanging up posters and, you know, people still doing that type of stuff. But now Instagram is our outlet for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, what is keeping you motivated and pushing through this business, because it is tough?
Man, shout out my brother K Major.
Big shout out to K Major.
Every day, like, he's been my biggest mentor through this game so far. One of them, like, he showing me the ins and outs, because he's been around. Everybody's familiar with him, so he's been showing me the ins and outs and giving me the real, like showing me everything, not just the business but the lifestyle, everything. Like, showing me how to be prepared for when my moment comes. No,
absolutely. And it's a lot, because, and I think that even no matter how much you learn, you'll never fully be prepared.
You got it. And I always tell people, like, it's cliche, but you really do got to go through certain things to really learn. Like, I used to watch all the interviews, producer grind. Every producer you could think of, I studied.
Absolutely.
But I didn't understand most of the things they were talking about until I got in those situations.
That's what you have to do, is you have to study the people that you aspire to, you know, not necessarily be like them, but to do the things that they're doing. Watching those interviews and documentaries and things like that. I do that all the time, you know.
Always got to study.
Right.
Got to study. You got to.
What would you say, since, you know, becoming a producer, and now this is something you're pretty much doing full time? What's been that the biggest, you know, besides not having the business together when a record went platinum, what's the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome?
Right now, for me, is patience, because right now at this very moment, I got a lot of stuff like just sitting. I'm like a ticking time bomb right now. So it's like knowing that you got stuff coming out months ahead of time, and you got to sit and wait, and you can't say nothing. You just got to be, everybody's telling you be patient. And it's cliche to say be patient, because, like, you know you working. You can't tell anybody. And it's like, you want it to happen so bad. And I know I go to bed every day knowing, like, it's going to happen. But I don't know when. But it frustrates me sometimes, because I know I'm good enough. Like, I know I'm here. Like, I know I'm in the industry. I'm here working, moving around. But I know I got to be patient for my moment, because everybody has their moment. But at the same time, I realize I can't rush it.
No, we have to trust the process, not rush the process. And be consistent.
Definitely got to be consistent. See, a lot of people don't know I've been going 6 years strong every day, nonstop. Like, if you know me, you know, like, my work ethic is what's made me stand out.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do with anything. Like, if you still work a 9 to 5, you know, we'll say 8 hours a day that you're giving that other person, you got to come home and try to put as many hours as you can into your craft and your career as well.
Yeah, I got some stories about that too. That's crazy. Like, I used to work, like, I used to have to go, I'll tell you a story. About a year and a half ago, I was going to work at 6 in the morning, getting off at 7, go to the studio till about 2, 3 in the morning, come back and do it over again. Every day. I was doing
It'll catch up to you. Well, you still real young.
And still trying to manage being a young guy, having a girlfriend. It's just a lot of life I had to realize, like, okay.
It's a hard
I got to
balance.
figure out what do I want and what I need to get rid of. I had to make I made a lot of people mad. I made a lot of people upset, but I had to focus on me.
No, you're absolutely right. You have to.
It is what it is.
You got to prioritize that. You know, I moved here in 2013 by myself, and that upset a lot of people back home, because they're like, why you moving up there? And you don't know nobody up there. And I'm like, well, shoot, that's a whole new market. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, I've done what I could do back home, but, you know, like you said, it's your journey.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not everybody's intended to go with you.
It's definitely hard. It's lonely. It's a lonely process, but at the end of the day, they're going to love you when you make it. So
no,
it's all
for
good.
real.
I ain't tripping on it.
What would you say is, out of all the songs that you produce and that are already out there, what's one of your favorites? And let's not say K Major, because that's kind of being biased, because that's your dog. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say K. So
someone else.
Let's see. A song that's out. Let me think. I got an unreleased song with Lil Key.
Okay.
And Paper Love that was pretty hard.
Dope.
I like that record. Rest in peace, Lil Key. He actually it's crazy because that moment happened when I was in college. Like, I just remember when it happened. Like, I didn't know how it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just happened. Instagram, I got tagged. I'm like, oh, snap. It's Lil Key on my beat. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, like, I made it. Like, I'm thinking, like, what do I need to do next? Like, I had a panic moment, really. But I was like, from that moment though, it just brought a little bit more visibility.
Absolutely. Know? So is that song gonna be able to be released?
Probably not. It's old. That was 2019.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not that old, but I get it. In this music business, it is. I understand because there's new music coming out like every second. There's like at least 10 million records an hour coming out. That's the bittersweet part about this music business, and let's talk about that a little bit. Again, I've been doing this for a long time, and a lot of the DSPs didn't exist. And that forced artists to really be an artist and really be out here on their grind. Now they can spend like $30 a year and put as much content as they want out, and it's like it floods the market. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
I think I got a love-hate relationship with it because I know people that work for it, and I know some people like you said, like people like me. I've been around the internet for a long time. Yeah. So it's like I've seen the algorithm changes, and I had my moments where I was about to spark and I stopped. And so now I see like it's oversaturated, but it's still working. We got
to figure out new content for us.
Definitely,
we got to put our brains together.
What worked for you at the end of the day, because it's millions of ways to make it. So it's like
absolutely,
and that's probably the easiest way.
Yeah, most definitely.
The hardest way as well.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of people figure that they can just post on social media and that's it, but it's so much more than that.
Exactly, it's more. It's way more than that.
So, what type of genres do you create?
All genre. Literally. Have
you done country music?
I haven't produced any records, but I do have country production though. Okay. I work on that sometimes.
Okay. Rock?
I've experimented. I like to blend genres with my production. I'm mainly hip hop and R&B.
No, for real.
But I like to blend genres. That's what make up my sound.
No, that's what I like is because that's gonna broaden your marketing capabilities. You know what I'm saying? Because if you tap into other different, like rock and country, not to say that's gonna be your full time, because obviously hip hop and R&B is where it's at, but that could open you up to some new markets as well.
I know it's a lot of money in country and all that.
Right.
I definitely want to tap in eventually. At some point in my career, I told myself I want to have a hit in every genre.
Absolutely.
I believe I can do it. I believe I can.
Because a lot of these other genres, and it's no shade to hip hop because that's where we at, but I think hip hop is the only genre where a lot of these independent artists just don't have their budget together. Yeah. Or they're not getting paid at an independent level. Ain't no rock band gonna go out there and set up a full thing for free at an independent level. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
The money's definitely probably gonna be there when you tap into those other markets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Most definitely. When you get in the studio, how do you come up with what you're gonna work on that day? Like that's my biggest thing is like every beat sounds so different. Well, some of them sound kind of the same, but how do you come up with your ideas of what you're gonna do?
It depends on how I'm feeling. Like I have some producers that I collaborate very frequently, so they know what I'm looking for. If I need something specific, I know who to call. Yeah. And I can make my own stuff anytime. So it really just depends on what I'm feeling like. Now I've been more focused on. See, I used to just make beats like 10 beats, 15, 20, sometimes 25 beats a night. And then I got to the point where it's like, why am I doing, like, people tell me, why are you making all these beats? Like, and it's like, I know why I'm making them. I'm preparing myself, but then I had to realize I got to work these beats. I got to move them around.
Nah, for real.
I have to place them. So that's what I've been focusing more on now is like less production, more networking.
Yes.
More popping up to the studio, clubs, all that. I'm doing the groundwork now.
Let's talk about the placements. Shout out Drummer Boy, that's my homie. And I asked him, because, obviously he got some big records. And I asked him, I said, for up and coming producers, what do you suggest? And he said, definitely starting with those independent artists and y'all build up and get them plaques together.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's hard as a up and coming producer to go to like a platinum selling artist and try to slide your beats in there.
Oh yeah, if you don't have no relationship, it's not happening.
Right, relationships are everything.
I tried several ways. Like I said, all the work that I've been doing now has all came strictly from relationships.
Yeah. Relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
Exactly. I just said that I told somebody that the other day. Like, I had like an epiphany the other day. I was like, wow, like I'm doing all this stuff, and a lot of it I didn't have to pay for it.
Facts.
Because, I'm blessed with a talent that people like, and I got the resources and building networks that people allow me to just be in certain places, like you said, that money can't buy for, or pay for.
Absolutely. No, most definitely. And with what you're doing, there's so many different things. It's not just about an artist rapping over your beat. You can actually, it could be in film, commercials. There's so many different outlets. Is that something that you've looked into tapping into?
I'm definitely, I've been interested in that. for sure.
Yeah.
I want to get into that too. Definitely, like, cause I know it's a lot. I know people who are into it already.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to get into that.
Most definitely. What are some of the things that you're working on right now? I know you always working.
So yeah, so right now we got K Major's "You'll Love It Here" EP out, executive produced by me and him. Put You On, Jacquees with the videos, 500,000 streams right now, produced by me and my boy Los. And I got Erica Banks' album about to drop soon. I think it's dropping this month. Got 2 on there.
Nice.
Jacquees' album coming out this summer. Got 2 on there. So I'm moving. I'm working.
You shining.
I'm excited.
Shining.
Like, it's definitely been a process. Like I said, I worked so hard for these moments, and I just want to take advantage of them.
Absolutely. So. You should be patting yourself on the back
For
and
sure.
be proud of yourself.
I talk about that all. Sometimes I beat myself up a lot because I work so hard and I forget to smell the roses sometimes. I talked to my mom about this the other day.
Yeah.
I had to really sit down the other day and realize all the work that I've put in up to this point and realize, like, I'm really doing everything I said I wanted to do.
Especially at your age. You said you're 24.
Just turned 24 in January.
You've got so much longevity.
I be forgetting about that sometimes. Like I said, I'm surrounded by a lot of older people. So
right.
It's like they bringing me on their level. So I'm moving around on their level already. So it's like I be forgetting that I'm only 24. I don't got to be so hard on myself.
No, absolutely. You still got a long way to go. But hanging around people who are already making those moves is definitely who you want to surround yourself with.
It's helped me. It's shot me way higher than I used to be. Like a year or two ago, I would have never thought I would have been right here that fast. It's just by surrounding myself with the right people.
Yeah.
That's like I always want to be around people who've done more than me. Like if I can't learn from you, I don't need to be around you.
Yeah, somebody who's only making, $20,000 a year ain't gonna tell you how to get to that milli.
I told somebody the other day, I was like, I had to stop listening. See, that was my problem. I had a problem with listening to too many people who are not doing or have done anything that I want to do. So I had to stop. I had to cut that out fast.
The people who have the most to say be the ones that be doing the least.
Exactly.
Always.
That's why I know. That's why a lot of people, like I said, I'm just now starting to come out into the media and stuff a lot more. So a lot of people, like, I'm one of those people, I don't talk a lot. I just work. I just want my work to speak for me.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I'm definitely here.
We about to put some work in. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. What would be a dream collab for you? And I'm talking in regards to, like, if you could collab with another well-known producer, who would that be?
Wheezy.
Okay.
Wheezy, definitely. Wheezy, TM88. I've collabed with some of the 808 Mafia guys already, so I would love to keep collabing with them guys as well. So
y'all heard that? Come on now, come on with it. What about an artist? If you could get in the studio with any artist and cook up for them, who would it be?
It would be cliche to say Drake. So I'm gonna say I wish, Free Young Thug. Definitely, that's probably my favorite artist other than Drake. So
yeah, I have a lot of respect for that dude.
Young Thug's music.
Yeah, and he's just a good dude too.
And the reason I like him too is because he's not. I could tell he just like to create. Like he's a trendsetter.
He is.
He don't use the same beats over and over and over, and I pay attention to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like I could just come in and be myself, and he'll like it.
And he's putting other people in a position to level up as well. And that's what I respect. To me, that's like, when you put someone else in a position to level up, I have a much more respect. Because there's some people who won't do that.
Exactly.
They don't want to see anybody else rise up past them.
Definitely. It's a lot of people like that.
Free the guys, man.
For sure.
When I first moved here, my first hosting gig for a year, I was hosting at Magic City. Mm-hmm. And Thug used to come in there all the time, and he would be by himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't in there with no entourage or no security. He was just in there by himself, like eating and throwing money and just chilling. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't on no like Hollywood stuff.
True. Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, Free Young Thug. Hopefully, I get to meet him and work one day.
Yeah, most definitely. Any thoughts of maybe, and if I don't know, do you already have your own studio space, or is that something that you want to tap into at some point in time?
Eventually, probably later down in my career. Like right now, I've been moving around a lot. If I even had a studio, I probably wouldn't be there as much. Yeah. Now I'm starting to move around more. So
working at other people's spots.
To be honest, the studio to me is overrated.
Listen, I couldn't agree more.
Like I love the vibes. Like I like to hear my music loud, but I made most of my songs and play. Like a lot of the songs I'm getting plays made on the couch or sitting in my room somewhere. Like I don't.
You have to have a creative space, and you have to be able to be creative in your house.
Exactly.
I have a podcast set up like this at the house. I don't bring people there. Like I do my virtual stuff from there. But yeah, you got to have a creative space at the crib too.
Got to.
Yeah.
Cause it's going to say, and I tell artists too, like if you smart, you would invest in your own studio. If you smart, you would do so.
Artists, producers, when you start getting that money in, don't go out there and blow it on unnecessary stuff. Invest it back into your business. Buying new equipment. Buy yourself a good mic, and you could record at the crib. That way you cut out going to the studio.
I'm still using the same computer and speakers I used when I first started. There's no point in me getting. Why would I get something?
Working for you, right?
I already said unless it just break.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going. I got everything loaded up. I don't need nothing.
I'm with you, bro. My home computer, that thing is super old, but it still works. So I stay with it. You know what I'm saying? Until that thing won't turn on one day.
That's how I roll.
Most definitely. Are you tapping outside the Atlanta market? Have you been working with a lot of other artists outside of Atlanta?
Yeah, I've worked with several, and like I said, I came in through YouTube. Like, so I was putting beats on YouTube, so I got just a plethora of music just out there. Like stuff I don't even know is out there. So
let's talk about that a little bit, because there's some people who are all for YouTube beats, and then I hear other people saying, don't go to YouTube. My thought on that is I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because it's a great way for a producer to get out there. But if as an artist, if you download one of them beats, make sure you reach out to the producer and actually pay him for that.
Exactly.
So
I have a love-hate relationship with it, because I started with it and I had it going and I stopped. It was my fault. I blame myself for it. I just had this conversation.
Look, I like that. He ain't pointing the finger. He pointed the thumb. That's
I
my dog.
was really about to take off on there and I just stopped. So because I started getting more into the industry stuff. But when I first started, I only started because I was like, how am I going to get heard? I don't know anybody in the industry.
Right.
I didn't know who I know now. So it's like the only way I knew to get out there was use the internet. And the internet, the algorithms wasn't crazy. It was like anybody could go at that time, like anybody.
Absolutely.
And I've watched people. I know producers right now that started when I started that's up on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So it's like now it's like I tell people, producers now, like, if you don't have the connections, that's a great way to start. But at the end of the day, what a wise man once told me, it's about what you want. So if you want to be an industry producer, be an industry producer. If you want to be a YouTube producer, do it. There's no right or wrong way, but you got to know what comes with both.
And there's not a lot of outlets for producers. And what I mean by that, if you're an independent artist, there's a ton of outlets. There's always showcases and open mics, which are a great place for independent artists to start to get their confidence up on the stage and test out new music. But they don't really have a lot of stuff like that for producers to get involved with.
Yeah, other than, like, I never really did the beat battles, but I know that's a good way.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a good way. I've never, like I said, I never tried it before. I just see what I did. What happened with me is I had just a moment where I was like, okay, Atlanta is only 45 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah.
The internet is wide open, obviously. So I was like, let me just tap in. Like, if I'm this close to Atlanta, why not take advantage of it? Because all these internet producers wish they could get here. So I had to realize, like, I'm blessed to be in an area where people want to be.
Yeah.
So let me just take advantage of that, and I can still do the internet too. So it's like I'm tapped in both.
Absolutely.
So now I'm playing both sides, kind of.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
You got to be out there in the streets as much as you can. I know as a producer, you be cooking up and doing other stuff. You and I had a slight conversation before we started about the whole engineering thing, and that's not something that you do, but you don't. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, like, it's important for every producer to know how to run a session.
Yeah.
At least know how to run a session. But, when it comes to mixing, like, it's to each his own. If you want to get into that, it's good. Because I know producers, it help them get placements.
Yeah.
It can help you get, but it's about, like I said, at the end of the day, it's about what you want.
Yeah.
And me, I don't be wanting to deal with some of the things that come with it, but I will if I have to.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I won't do it. Like, I'm not rebellious against it, but I'm not just advertising myself as an engineer.
Yeah, because the engineers slick aren't getting.
I respect the engineers though. They are probably the hardest working people, like, creatively in the industry right now.
No,
they get less credit than anybody.
That's why I was just saying that
I know us
they don't get their credit.
We don't get a lot of credit either. Sometimes we have to fight for ours, but they really got to fight for theirs.
Yeah, because they don't get written in on the publishing.
Exactly.
Why not? I don't understand. Why don't they get a percentage of the publishing?
I always bless my engineers if they help me get something. I got one, shout out 6'5" over there at YSL.
Yeah.
He been helping me a lot get placements over there with some of their artists. So, like, I'm like, I like to help people who help me at the end of the day, because we all got to help each other. So.
No, that's absolutely. Where did your name come from?
So, when I was playing basketball in middle school, I was the shortest on the team. And we used to roast each other a lot. So everybody was roasting me, and they just called me a bug one day, and it just stuck. Because I was small, I had a big head, like low cut, big eyes.
I was just about to say, let me see your eyes real quick. Oh, you got normal size eyes now.
I wear glasses for real though, so.
It all got proportionate as you got older.
No, so yeah, I hit my growth spurt real late in high school. Like I went from 4'11" in high school freshman year to 6 foot. So fast.
4'11"?
4'11". I was 4'11".
Wow.
Like no joke.
He was like a tot.
Yeah, they used to clown me all the time. They used to think I wasn't gonna grow, but it was like,
Now you can't wait for that reunion. But like, look at me now.
They watching though. Shout out to all my classmates though.
I know that's right. Anything else you got coming up? I know you got some more, records and stuff. Is there anything that you can share with us or talk to us about that's on the way?
As far as I know, other than me just, I'm working on my brand a lot more. So I'm going to be doing a lot of brand building things, trying to do more interviews, more photo shoots, stuff like that.
We're going to put you in our magazine.
Obviously, I'm going to be working still.
Yeah.
So, and as records start coming out, we're going to take it as it goes.
So for any artists that are out there, and I'm specifically referring to these independent artists because a lot of them don't understand how to professionally approach anybody.
Yeah.
They don't know how to professionally approach producers, videographers, photographers, radio personalities. They just unprofessional. Mm-hmm. If an independent artist wants to work with you, what do they got to do?
A lot of the times I usually find them.
Okay.
Because everybody's in the DMs cliche just saying, "Hey, I make
let's work."
Let's work. Like I don't like the let's work thing.
I don't like either. What are you trying to do? Right. Well, what is we working on?
Yeah, it's like you got to be because like I move professionally now. Like that's I'm transitioning from doing, I don't know how to explain it, but like that type of business where it's unprofessional, I guess you say, unprofessional business to professional. So like that transition that's probably been a hard transition for me because I got mad love for the independent artists. I show a lot of love to them.
Me too.
I have a lot right now that's on the verge of blowing up now. So it's like I always show love to them, But that let's work thing is like what are we working on?
Yeah.
Like let's be specific, like because I really might bless you if you can tell me what we working on. If you just come and just trying to get stuff out of me because you see what's going on, then it's not going to happen.
No, absolutely. They gotta have their budget together because nobody's working for free.
It's just a respect thing at the end of the day. Because like I wouldn't come to you and act like you wouldn't go to the store. If it's something costs this amount, you're not gonna come and lowball the store. You're not gonna ask them that. You can't do that.
You can't haggle at Walmart.
I tell people that for any brands, any business, it don't matter what field you in. Don't ever try to lowball somebody who's working and trying to sell a product.
No, because then it makes me feel like that you don't value my work enough to pay me my asking price. Well, obviously you don't think my work is worth what I'm asking, then go somewhere else.
Exactly. And see, that's the part where I used to be the guy where it's like I would just lower my price just to get the money. And now
we all do that in the beginning.
Now it's like I got to the point where it's like I'll just ignore you. I'm just gonna ignore everything. Like it's not even worth my time anymore.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this on a producer standpoint, when it comes to bigger artists, like you had the opportunity to work with a Drake or someone like that. Obviously, you're going to just slide them the beat and make your money on the publishing. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh, yeah. You would be a fool to ask Drake for money up front. That's probably the dumbest thing you probably do. Just shut up, give him the beat, and just go.
Right, because
you just got your legal stuff going on, but make sure you don't ruin that.
Nah, for real. Is there other business ventures that you're tapping into?
Eventually, I want to get into them, but right now I've been focused on strictly just getting my music career going, and then I'm gonna branch off.
Absolutely.
Sure. But I've been talking to people. I got other people in I got friends in real estate, crypto, NFTs, all that. So it's like I know that it's a time and a place for all that.
Absolutely. And that's
right now is like I'm focused on being BuggyBeats right now.
BuggyBeats.
Brandon BuggyBeats and moving forward. So and then as it comes, we'll branch off.
Most definitely. Yeah, you got time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I mean, you don't want to overwhelm yourself.
Exactly. Because I have a big problem with doing it. I be trying to do too many things at once. So I had to learn. Now I just got to focus on what I know I can control.
You have to prioritize, because if you don't, some stuff will fall through the cracks and it won't get done. I've been super guilty of that. Mm-hmm. People come back and like, what about this? I was like, oh, I forgot. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I be so busy doing so many different things. I get it, man. But before we get out of here and give out your social media and stuff, anything that you want to leave everybody with?
Yeah, just pay attention. I'm working. Y'all watch. I promise I'm coming. So, but yeah, follow me on all social media at BuggyBeats. Y'all stay tuned. Put you on with Jacquees. 500,000 streams right now. Video out now. Y'all go get it.
For sure, one of the hottest records out right now.
Definitely.
Make sure you guys go check that out. Run them streams up. Go check out the video. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Definitely shout out my brother K Major. You know, definitely shout out him, and then shout out all my family. They know who they are. And then shout out to anybody who support me or anybody who streamed any beat, any song that I'm attached to. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
And appreciate you for having me on the
Of course, absolutely.
show, sure.
I was glad that you was able to make it back.
For sure.
We just had you here last week, but you was in the other seat. You know what
Definitely.
I'm saying? So I appreciate you as well.
No
Give me some more
problem.
love one more time.
Get it.
Last question is the most important one. Do you remember what the last question was I asked before?
I do not.
Well, we about to. We live on the industry's most wanted podcast. Shout out to BuggyBeats checking in. So you got to let everybody know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Yeah, what makes me the industry most wanted is I'm very consistent. Like, I really want it. Like, if you know when I press play, it's gonna be hard every time. I take pride on quality. So anything you hear attached to me is gonna be hard every time.
Facts, straight like that, man. We up out of here, y'all.
For sure.